Hey everybody, Pastor Adam here with another 3-minute Advent. And today we want to talk about what are we supposed to do in the meantime? What's with this waiting thing? I don't know if you're like me, but I am not a guy that likes to wait. I like to see things get done, I like to do things, and I like to be about my business. And waiting's not so easy. Now I think about different stories in the Bible, like the people of Israel waiting in Egypt, waiting to be set free from captivity, free from slavery, and how they cried out to God. That's one thing we can do when we wait. I also think in Matthew chapter 11, verses 2 through 5, we see John the Baptist is imprisoned. And as John is imprisoned, he's asking, is Jesus, are you the one, or is there another? And Jesus doesn't really answer him in a straightaway type of fashion. What he does is he sends his disciples back and says, tell them what you've seen. Tell them you've seen the blind see, the deaf hear, and so forth. And with that, it's an interesting dynamic. And with what are we supposed to do with that? Because we didn't get a straight answer, but we do see kingdom dynamics coming into play, and Jesus is putting those things on display. However, we're still in a fallen world, so what do we do with that? And it's interesting, there's a word that comes up in the Advent Mission by Omar Rakabi that I'm reading right now, and he talks about this word called subversion, and he says this word means this: the undermining of the power and authority of an established system or institution. And he goes on to say this is how we get ready for his return, to go subversively among the plantations of sin and take the time to walk with that one person to freedom, to live our lives in the upside down of the already not yet, helping the blind to see, the deaf to hear, the lame to walk, as we wait and hope for Christ, our judge, to return and proclaim a final emancipation from the world's slavery of sin and death. Now, I don't always love to read, because when I see someone reading, especially on some kind of video, I kind of lose attention, but I felt like that was too good to pass up. What are we doing here? Are we living as though we're already free? Are we living in such a way that we really believe Christ is returning, but he kind of already has given us the victory? He has already given us the victory, but it's almost in our hearts like he's already come, and so we rejoice in that. And this is the idea of Advent. We rejoice that he came and fulfilled that promise, but we also rejoice in the fact that he's going to come again, and that promise is going to be fulfilled as well, and we live as though it already was. That's magnificent. That changes our actions. So while we're waiting for this reality to be realized in our lives, what are we doing? How are we living this life? Are we living in victory? Are we living in rejoicing? Are we living in freedom? Are we living in power? Or are we just trying to keep our head above water? I think there's a difference between the two, and I think that's what we're really called to do. And I hope that this is a challenge for us as Advent, to really start living a life that focuses on Christ and really live a life that shows that we believe he is coming again, as though it already happened. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.